Welcome back to the Formula One podcast, the Pitwall Pod. We're diving into the action packed 2025 Chinese Grand Prix at the Shanghai International Circuit. This race had it all: dominant performances, unexpected disqualifications, and significant shifts in the championship standing. We are going to talk about free practice, sprint qualification, the sprint, qualification, and the race. So let's break it all down. Free practice 1, the only practice session. With this being a sprint weekend, teams had only one practice session before heading straight into sprint qualifying. That meant every lap counted and drivers had to find their rhythm quickly. The session was dominated by McLaren, with Lando Norris setting the fastest time of 1:31.504. He looked comfortable around the Shanghai circuit, showcasing McLaren's strong pace this weekend. His teammate Oscar Piastri was third, just behind Charles Leclerc, who put Ferrari in P2. But the big surprise, Max Verstappen only finished 16 after aborting his soft tyre run. Red Bull seemed to be struggling with their setup, and Verstappen later admitted they had work to do before sprint qualifying. Mercedes meanwhile was quiet but consistent, with Kimi Antonelli and George Russell inside the top 10, and with Hamilton returning to Shanghai as a seven-time winner of this circuit, expectations were high for his second weekend in Ferrari red. Sprint qualifying, a historic pole position. After FP1, it was straight into sprint qualifying, and that's where things got really exciting. The session was tight, with the top three separated by just 0.038 seconds. In the end, Lewis Hamilton took pole position for the sprint race with a stunning lap of 1:30.849, setting a new track record at Shanghai. This was a massive statement for Hamilton in his first season with Ferrari. After some struggles in Australia, he was back at a track where he's historically been dominant. Right behind him, Max Verstappen just 0.018 seconds off pole, proving that despite Red Bull's tricky FP1, Verstappen could still fight at the front. Oscar Piastri rounded out the top three, another great performance from McLaren, while George Russell put Mercedes in P5 ahead of Norris. Charles Leclerc had to settle for P4, meaning, meaning both Ferrari drivers were in the mix for a strong sprint race. It was one of the closest sprint qualifying sessions we've seen, setting up an epic showdown for the first sprint race of the year. Sprint race recap: Hamilton's triumph. Saturday's sprint race saw Lewis Hamilton secure victory for Ferrari, marking his first win with the Scuderia. Hamilton showcased his experience, leading from start to finish, despite managing tire graining issues. He was followed by Oscar Piastri in the McLaren and Max Verstappen in the Red Bull, who finished second and third respectively. Top 3: 1. Lewis Hamilton; 2nd. Oscar Piastri; 3rd. Max Verstappen. The fight for pole. Oscar Piastri stunned the paddock by securing P1 with a blistering 1:30.641 lap. This is a historic moment for the young McLaren driver, as he edged out George Russell of Mercedes by just 0.082 seconds. McLaren looked incredibly strong throughout the session, with Lando Norris securing P3 just 0.152 seconds off his teammate. Max Verstappen, who many expected to dominate, could only manage P4, falling short by 0.176 seconds, and for Ferrari fans it was a mixed session. Lewis Hamilton took P5, while Charles Leclerc lined up P6. The surprises and standout performances. One of the biggest surprises today, the Racing Bulls team. Isaac Hadjar and Yuki Tsunoda both delivered incredible laps, qualifying P7 and P9 respectively. It's great to see team making strides this season. Another solid performance came from Mercedes' young talent Kimi Antonelli, who secured P8, proving that he's adapting quickly to F1. And rounding out the top 10 was Alex Albon in the Williams, another fantastic effort for him and the team, and it was his birthday weekend that weekend. Main race recap: McLaren's dominance. Sunday's main event was a showcase of McLaren's prowess, with Oscar Piastri leading the 1-2 finish for the team. Piastri's commanding win. Starting from pole position, Piastri maintained his lead throughout the race, securing his third career victory. Norris in second. Lando Norris overcame early brake issues to finish second, completing a stellar day for McLaren. Russell's podium. George Russell secured third place for Mercedes, marking the team's first podium of the season. Top 3: 1. Oscar Piastri. 2. Lando Norris. George Russell. Post-race disqualifications. Ferrari setback. The race results were significantly altered post-race due to disqualifications. Lewis Hamilton for Ferrari disqualified for excessive skid block wear. Charles Leclerc for Ferrari disqualified due to the car being underweight, and Pierre Gasly for Alpine also disqualified for the car being underweight. These disqualifications mark the first double disqualification for Ferrari in the Grand Prix history and significantly impact their standings in both the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships. Standout performances: Behrman's breakthrough. Ollie Behrman, the 19-year-old rookie driving for Haas, delivered an impressive performance by finishing seventh. This result not only earned him his first F1 points, but also highlighted his potential as a future star in the sport. Championship standings after Shanghai. The drivers' standings: top 5. 1. Lando Norris for McLaren, 44 points. 2nd, Max Verstappen for Red Bull Racing, 36 points. 3rd, George Russell for Mercedes, 35 points. 4th, Oscar Piastri for McLaren, 34 points. And 5th, Kimi Antonelli for Mercedes, 22 points. Now the constructors' standings, also top 5. 1. McLaren with 78 points. Mercedes with 57 points. Red Bull Racing with 36 points. Williams with 17 points and Ferrari also with 17 points. Looking ahead, the Japanese Grand Prix. The next race takes us to the iconic Suzuka circuit in Japan on April 6th. Teams and drivers will be eager to capitalize on the momentum from Shanghai, and fans can expect thrilling battles as this championship race heats up. That's all for this episode. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Join us next time as we preview the Japanese Grand Prix and discuss the latest developments in the world of Formula One. Thanks for tuning in, and I see you in Suzuka. Bye!